I had one teacher in my elementary school that I really appreciated because we'd always get bullied at school because we didn't have a lot of clothes and things like that. But her daughter was actually a clothing designer, and she would give us free clothes all the time and shoes due to the fact of walking and all the things. So bullying and being in a poverty area, and then on top of that, I was feeling like I was constantly judged throughout my years by my teachers. They was no better than the students. And so for me, that's what made it rough in school, because I didn't have a space where I could feel that I can trust somebody or talk to somebody and even get the help that I needed. Because it's like, okay, well, I need help with this, but you're not helping me. You're just giving me the same information that I'm asking for help on. And so for me, it was rough. Once I got into YouthBuild, I would say that my favorite teacher was Mr. H. He was excellent. He actually sat down with me and talked with me, and we got specific on what I needed help with and the steps to get that done. And that's how I graduated with my high school diploma. But because of that, and me playing a part in getting on the advisory team and the policy team at my local program, I was able to voice that, like, we need tutors, we need this, we need that. And that's what became the reality, like, okay, I can do this. I got somebody I could trust, I trust in, and somebody that believes in me enough to keep me going.
Had an altercation at school where I was stabbed on the premises of school, so that's no security. Students are able to bring weapons. So after that, I was like done with school. I dropped out. I didn't complete high school. Turned around, I was 18, going nowhere, can't go into any school because it's over for me. And then I found the YouthBuild program, who specialize in helping at-risk youth to get back on their feet. I had a baby at 22 years old, and that really made me want to go back to school. I gained my high school diploma, graduated graduate of the year from my class, served on the policy council. Then I came to Washington and ran for the Young Leaders Council. I initially got on as an alternate. Down the line, I became officially on the council. Then I was communications officer and eventually led up to vice president of the council. So I'm saying all this to say I didn't never let none of the things from my past stop me from going for my future, even though it was rough. And now it's like an advisory for people in my community. I'm the girl, like, don't stop, you can do it, go back to school. It's programs, even though if you feel like the teachers don't care about you, somebody here, we have to go another direction. You gotta go somewhere, just don't stop. They say it's a road and it diverge, go the other way.
We said at some point the adults have to be accountable for this because they are the change makers. I mean, and we are the young people who can give you, those ideas and how we feel, and we can give you as many answers as we want to, but you have to listen and you have to do something about it.
But ensuring youth have a role in their learning, like that was the base of our conversation, and I kind of like just separated them into like separate groups and let them kind of have their own conversation about it.
My topic was advocacy in the classroom, and we actually talked about how that works and how to actually find yourself in your own voice, and how do you find that, right? How do you get the courage to actually be able to advocate for yourself and then be able to advocate for the people around you?
Because not a lot of the teachers want to hear that feedback, because if you're listening, and it kind of turns into, they think they're taking orders from these students, so it turns into them opposing them. And when you're opposing it, you're not going to get to the root of the problem. We need to stand together and find the root and find the balance and see what works for the greater good.
What did you want to be back in high school? Did your school support that? And, most of the people said no. Really, they didn't have any options, really, other than, what was installed in their head with, oh, I've got this option, that option. No huge, wide range of options.
About how we engage our student, and some teachers, how they can have a connection with them, and how they can provide them an learning environment in their classroom. Because so many times that some student doesn't want to learn, and how we have to solve that.
None of these will work, without simple respect, and just keeping it cordial with somebody, and treating them as a human being. You can't be a teacher and just you know, just teach. You know, you gotta like really get to know your student and know who you're teaching to.